Okay, Gabriel Blake, where are we?
We're at Edinburgh Castle in the Tenderloin in San Francisco.
Oh, we are there. Yeah, in the Tenderloin, in the heart of the Tenderloin. We're going to talk about cinema. So that means that we are in Gabriel to go to dive bars to talk about cinema.
It's true.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Doing well?
Pretty good.
Yeah, glad to hear. Today's movie is Europa by Lars Von Trier. Do you know what year is it from?
1991.
Wow. Okay, that's surprisingly old.
I know that because they won 3 awards at Cannes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Lars Von Trier realized they weren't going to give him the Palme d'Or, he flipped off the judges and walked out.
So he was only aiming. He got like a certain regard, no?
I don't think that award existed at that time. It was like a new award, but it was like artistic award and some other, not acting. They didn't get any acting, although that German actress, she was so good.
Yeah, she's really good.
Whose pick was this?
This was yours, I think. It was with the ladies. Alright, so should I start with what I think about the movie? So I have to say that I really liked it. I was really, really, really surprised. It reminded me a bit of a...
Stop. How much do you like Lars Von Trier overall? Like all of his films?
All his films, I like most of them quite a lot. I think that there are like some of them that are a bit indifferent about them, and then there are like Nymphomaniac. I felt like, sure, you wanted to solve flopping these movies that just going to one side to another.
So why did you give me Nymphomaniac on Blu-ray for my birthday?
Because we love it. And yeah, sure, the song in between that, we went to the cinema to watch it together. And it was the highlight for you, so you wanted to do that. Okay. I'm also you my one.
It's good to know how you know.
I mean, I like it, but the thing is, I had a similar situation that when I watched The Elephant Man, but David Lynch, is that this is basically when you get one of these modernist painters, and you tell them, well, you only draw squares because that's the only thing that you're capable of doing. And they actually just prove it. They know if I actually want to do classical art, I'm capable of doing, but I cannot relate to that. I almost have the feeling that with The Elephant Man, for David Lynch, that it was like, oh, I can do something that is not completely surreal and figurative. It's going to be like just complete face value. And I had the feeling that Lars Von Trier was trying to do something a bit more classic on that aspect. So I really like it.
Picasso.
What?
Like Picasso.
Basically, yeah. So basically, I really like it from the perspective that it's a film noir. This is basically like Casablanca, almost. But it's actually a different setting, after the World War II. And also the idea of many of the sets that he uses, it reminds me a lot of modernist cinema from the early 20th century, like 1920s, like Islam.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the scenes with the train, when they're like just putting the camera on front, they're just trying to give you the idea that it's like a huge stage, huge set. That's the kind of stuff that you would see in Metropolis, for example, that kind of fakeness, but at the same time, it's like really impressive. How they convey this kind of, okay, it's not real, but at the same time, there's this kind of dreamlike property to it that is making it more realized than it is. And it's funny because then I went to a bar that night, and they were playing Metropolis.
Oh, yeah.
And they were playing like the scene that I was thinking about. Did you watch Metropolis?
No.
So there's this scene that they have a factory, and they have like a ton of humans that just working until they're about to die, and then the guy starts imagining that there's actually some kind of temple where humans go to be sacrificed to the machine. So they have like a bit more of, okay, there's this kind of symbolism to the train, symbolism to the overall idea about like realizing, we're going to be like connecting places that they were no longer connected, but at the same time, they're going to be connecting everything that is bad. They're going to be like carrying the bomb, they're going to be like carrying like whatever, So I like it because it felt like way more conventional than what Lars Von Trier usually does. But at the same time, it remained with the idea of I want to do another story about someone that is really well intended in his actions, and he's going to be like fucking everything up, not himself or everything around him. It reminded me a bit of Doc Dylan under the world.
Yeah, it reminded me of that a lot. It's like, this is the precursor. Mm-hmm. He's suddenly going to be very minimalist.
Yeah, I think that impressed me a lot. That at the beginning I felt, I don't know if I like this, but then at the end I felt that it was a good resource. It was usually the narration from the perspective perspective of not narrating the story, but about saying that, that you are that person. You are the guy that is really well intended, guys from the States, about, I want to change the world. I think that I need to do my part. But it is how, with all his good intentions, with his belief in love as a high entity, as he was doing, is that he's going to be like fucking everything up, and he's going to be the manipulator left and right. So from that perspective, I thought that it was good, because most people, by the beginning of the movie, they may feel identified more like, well, if I'm American, then I'm watching this. I was at that point, maybe I would do something like that. Probably most people wouldn't, but I would like to create a change in the world for the better. So he does this kind of almost a panic move about, like, well, you want to do that, but at the same time, you want to be doing more damage because humanity is not what you think that it is. So I felt like it was overall like an impressive movie.
So it's like a precursor again to his Golden Heart trilogy, where people have the best of intentions and then they get gang raped and die.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think that this was also part of another trilogy.
It was the last in his E trilogy.
Yeah, and it was all that they had the same thematic about the same topic about someone well intended, pretty naive, that he thinks that he knows the world, he wants to be in a better place.
So I didn't see the one. I can't remember the name. It starts with an E. It's about a pandemic. Epidemic. I didn't see that one, but I saw The Element of Crime.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
And all I remember from that is that it was so fucking boring that I never wanted to finish it or think about it ever again.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how but I see that in the Golden Heart trilogy with Breaking the Waves and Dancer in the Dark and The Idiots, one of my all-time favorite films, about this well-intended person who just gets completely used and abused.
Yeah, no, I can see that always. In this case, I don't think that in Breaking the Waves or Dancer in the Dark, what was the one?
The Idiots.
The Idiots. Well, the Idiots may be slightly different. That's maybe like a monster of its own. But I think that in the other two, all the bad stuff that happens to the character is a bit of self-inflicted. It only happens to them. They don't realize something bad to the rest of the world.
Whoa, are you saying those people in Golden Heart trilogy, they were self-inflicted, the injuries?
Well, no. What I mean in the self-inflicted is that they're the only ones that suffer.
Yes, that's true.
In this case, it's like, this is different. It's that this is someone that is like well-intended, but it's sadly just causing a lot of damage to everyone around him. Is that he even like goes crazy towards the end. He gets like a single knock, it's not like just shooting.
It was the most badass scene. I was so proud of my American compatriots.
Yep. At that point, we were like, okay, cool.
I just love to shoot the people, not the roof.
Exactly.
So, did any directors come to mind?
With what, this movie?
As inspiration, because it's highly derivative. It's like an homage to everything he ever made.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good. I think that this basically, like, Casablanca is really similar to that. And I also think about Frisland from the perspective. I cannot remember the name of the Casablanca director, but I think I remember about Frisland, about how he uses the sets.
Did you think of Hitchcock?
I could, because Hitchcock also used to use femme fatale, so like women that they are not what they look,
Werewolves?
Yeah, the werewolves.
So I was very proud of myself because I was like, he stole that from Tarkovsky, he stole that from Tarkovsky, he stole that from Tarkovsky. And then after I watched the movie, I started to read the Criterion essays.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually said he took Hitchcock's camera and put it in a Tarkovsky landscape.
Okay.
And you know Hitchcock very well, so I don't know Hitchcock that well, so I didn't know exactly what was Hitchcock.
No, that's true. No, I can see that. Like how he gets played and how he goes into a descent into madness. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I think this is a bit more serious, I think that he's got always like focus on, not less comic or anything like that, but he always tries to focus a bit more on the nowadays and whatever was happening at that moment. He never really just going back and looking to the past into something. Like this case is like Lars Von Trier. I don't think that he can relate too much about Germany after World War II.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice for him to make a film placed in post-war Germany. It stars an American.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a Danish director that is,
and it was funded by the Danish film whatever. I saw
that, yeah.
I felt like it was a very strong critique on America and American politics.
Yeah.
Like this guy comes in thinking
Yeah,
he's
he's
going
going to be fucking everything up.
and then he like the second he was under pressure, he was like,
Exactly. So what do you think?
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed watching the film a lot. I enjoyed what he did with the having real actors in front of a projection.
Oh yeah.
So apparently all of that was done. So the people on the projector were filmed in Holland, I think.
Huh.
And that live actors were filmed in Berlin or vice versa, something like that.
Yeah.
But I watched a documentary also on the Criterion Channel about the making of Europa.
Okay.
And about how at the time this was his third movie and he was unknown even in Denmark.
Wow.
So this was very, very ambitious.
Yeah.
And the fact that every single scene had to be planned out months and months in advance meant there was no room for any improvisation. So this was all extremely metered out, which I found interesting, especially considering the last 6 movies he's done. I feel like it's all about improvisation. The fact that he chose to do this is interesting. And there was a very interesting scene in the movie where Kate is in the background on the projection, and she's talking to Leo, and she leaves the frame, and then she comes back in color, where she was in black and white before, and they're actually together. So a lot of that I found very, very interesting. I don't know what he was trying to say. I don't know what he was trying to say was very interesting, which is every Lars Von Trier movie.
But at least the way that he's telling it.
Yes, it was beautiful. I enjoyed it.
I mean, you can say that from a cinematographic perspective, like I completely forgetting about the uses of color. I think that's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a resource that we have seen used quite a bit.
So, I remember this from the first time I watched it. Yeah. I cannot stand when filmmakers play with black and white and color. I hate the fucking Wizard of Oz. I can't stand in Tarkovsky movies when all of a sudden you're watching the plants flow in the water and then it's in color.
Are you going to tell me that you don't like a stalker again?
I wasn't going to go there, but
okay.
Stalker's a piece of shit.
Holy shit, man. Okay.
But I remember at the first time I watched it, I thought, wow, that was really cool the way he did it. And the documentary I watched talked about how the colors were really related to emotional peaks.
Yep.
So like when he pulls the first emergency brake and it's the only thing in red.
Yeah.
So I was paying attention and I wasn't as impressed as the first time I watched it, but I thought all of the experiments that he did in this film ultimately worked.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, the experiments that he was doing, that's the reason why I feel like it has to do that movie from the perspective that the experiments that he plays with, they are more conventional, like for example, like with the development, that he actually tries to be like, no, I want to just strip down everything, that he actually plays with resources that they are used as special effects, like green screens, projections, black and white, and color.
Well, it's interesting because Dogma came out in 95, right?
Yeah.
So this is 4 or 5 years before Dogma?
But it's way more sophisticated than what he does. It's like with Dogma, he tries to just strip down into, okay, I want to go to the essence of cinema. You should be able to tell a good story without any kind of help. And this is the other way around. They're going to be using the color for the emotional bits.
But if you think about the movies where Lars Von Trier really succeeded, what would you say there?
Breaking the Waves, Dancing in the Dark, Melancholia.
And did he... I mean, all of those are like have special effects and they're larger than life. They're musicals. They're
in Breaking the Waves. There is not too much. There is like a special effect at the end when they show like the bells falling, But like in Breaking the Waves, it's true. I mean, he actually, I know that he actually uses a very similar style to the Dogma 95. He doesn't go all the way there. Like in Breaking the Waves, like you are close, but it's true that you don't have to go like so low or what you're doing. But there is like the contrast between this kind of hyper-realist shit that you're doing and then the sound of music with the classic filters, the classic takes, the extremely choreographed movements that you're doing. It's like it doesn't fit. It's like the shock.
So Breaking the Waves, yes, that's kind of the outlier. But Melancholia, that's exclusively special effects for like 3 hours.
I don't think there are so many special effects. I think there is like just shot in a very conventional way. But I don't think they always special effects is when they die.
When they die, don't you remember the very first scene that lasts for a while? It's one planet going into another planet, and they're constantly looking into the sky and seeing the other planet. I mean, green screen special effects.
Okay, that part.
Do you remember Kirsten Dunst running through the golf course incredibly slow? Those are all very intense.
Yeah. I have to watch it again. No, that's true. That's true. I just think there's a bit more conventional, Hollywood conventional on the stuff.
Yes,
but what I'm saying is of using those post-production effects.
Yes.
I
think he's at his strongest when he uses all of the tools available instead of restricting himself to these very...
Do you like Dogville?
I didn't see Dogville. I saw...
Underville?
Underville.
So you never watched the one with Nicole Kidman? Okay. And because those two got the same kind of...
After I saw Dallas Price, whatever her name is, get raped, I was like, no, there's no reason for me to watch Dogville.
No, that's completely fair. I mean, I don't know about that. Some of the because people don't think that they use to special effects. So
Dogville doesn't at all, but I would say those are some of his worst films.
I don't know if it's new. I like it.
But I'm talking about Man Later.
Okay.
I couldn't stand it. It's so fucking boring. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit weaker than the other one.
Do you really need a sequel?
Yeah, there was a bit more of a thing in the body. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this one I really like it, but I thought that this is not the kind of film that I was expecting. Do you know that the train company that is Central is actually they have a production and Danish production, film production?
Really?
Yeah.
No. He has a production company that names Central.
Yeah, but it's named because of this company, the train company.
Yeah.
And now actually Thomas Winterberg.
Mm-hmm.
And other Danish directors, they actually publish under this. I mean, I was taking a trailer the other day for the Hunting, what is it called?
The Hunt.
The Hunt, yeah. Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. It's so good.
I need to watch it. I got it on my TV right now.
It's brutal. It's just like doing a cheese grater on your parts.
Okay, good. So, I was taking the trailer. I actually was with this trauma, and I was like, that's the company, the railway company from Europa, whatever, that probably was such a big success that he started this Hamburg company. So that's cool. Was there anything that you didn't like about it?
I don't think so. I mean, there were parts that got a little obnoxious, like on the train, the big emotional climax. He was like trying to blow up the train and then not blow up the train, and it was all backtracked by his promotion exam, and I just wanted to like murder all of that. And I was like, I don't care. Let's just let this play out.
It's true that part of this happening at the same time. It feels a bit more like a absurd situation you have in each other movie. Like this not having anything to the main topic that you're just distracting me from what is important. It's like it's going to be that that's going forward with the bomb, or it's going to be like this. It's not really
But no, overall, I really enjoyed it. Like, this is what I want to see when I go to see a Lars Von Trier movie. There's a lot of risks, a lot of experimentation. Maybe it will pay off, maybe it won't. I don't know that he ever has anything to say, so I can't ask for that. Besides Antichrist, where he clearly said he hates all women.
Yeah, that's true. That was like what he does what he said. But at the same time, don't you think that Melancholia has something to say?
What about Melancholia?
Don't you think that movie has something to say?
What would you say it said? Exactly, that's the point. Did you ever walk away from a Lars Von Trier movie and be like, this is the director's point of view. This is what he wants me to understand.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying that it was like Leo Carran's on the topic, like not having anything to say or just making you think that there's something to say and then changing to something else. But I have a feeling that maybe the message there is that is make the most out of your time because they may be literally destroying it.
I understand your point of view. I would say it's very much like Tokyo, the Leo's Karas version. It's like, okay, we watched the story happen, nothing seems to matter, nothing is that important. I mean, besides being a cautionary tale that Americans really shouldn't go to Europe because it's super fucked up.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Don't go with your high morals. Don't go like Adam Shocking.
Don't go thinking you can fix everything because they're too broken.
Different video repair.
No, I honestly don't know what else to say about this one. I liked it. I don't feel like I liked it as much as I did 15 years ago, but
You're a different person now.
I am. It's very good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that also, as you're talking about the minority, movies that they have now to, like a narrator in the background, for example, Little Silver. But this is the only movie that I can think of that the narrator directs to the audience in a way that is like, you are this person. And also, it's pretty shocking that at the end is that a character dies. And they want to really talk from the perspective, I think, not really confident in it, and then you will die. Yeah, that feels like a bit, it feels like a bit more shocking from that perspective. So,
Do you know who the narrator was? Max von Sydow, one of Ingmar Bergman's 4 primary actors.
Ooh, okay.
You would recognize him if I pulled up a picture. He is amazing. He's still acting today. He's super old. He's got to be in his 80s. But yeah, I love that guy so much.
What a famous Bergman movie.
He played chess with death on a beach.
Oh,
in a little film called.
No, don't go. I got it.
And he was just in an Oscar-nominated movie like 7-8 years ago. Where he played, I think he was nominated for Best Actor. It's kind of this old, crazy uncle. I'll have to look at it. It was very mainstream, and I didn't like the movie.
Mainstream for you.
Because it was dumb.
So it was too mainstream for you. Okay.
But I love that guy. He's so good.
The narration done like a really good job. I think it's one of those scenes, as we were saying, like everything there are many different narrative resources into it, like thrown into it, and I think that all of them they come together pretty well. But not in a way that is like, oh, I know exactly what they're using. It's like because I agree with you on the using of something. Oh, it's nice. Why? Or like for example, the projection when they're using the green screen from this projecting on top of another scene. It's okay. That makes the transitions really weird. There is a point, I don't know exactly when it was, that it's just getting stressed out and then it's in a party. It's like, now you're in a party. And it's like, well, maybe this transition based on having like a projection on the background. But what is the point? So it doesn't mean that the psychology is effective for this movie.
But again, I don't think Lars Von Trier is ever overly concerned with the point. He likes to make things very beautiful.
Okay.
So the scene where Leo follows Kate out to a bridge, and it's snowing, and she turns to him, and she asks her to marry him, and then they turn, and the priest is there.
Yeah.
I watched that like 5 times. It's
that's
so fucking cool. It was so cool. And I was like, maybe this is all Lars Von Trier has to offer. Failed experiments in beauty. No, that's an exaggeration, but I'm just saying, what's the point of this movie? I don't know. I felt compelled to watch the scene over.
Okay. What was the point of the videos? That is the one with the
To make me feel disgusted with humans.
Okay. But that's like the point of every Haneke movie. Is that how is that movie different?
Well, to be honest, I think Lars Von Trier and Michael Haneke share a lot.
Yeah, no, that's...
Michael Haneke really wants it to hurt more. Lars Von Trier kind of wants you to be amused along the way, where Haneke doesn't give a shit.
Nice.
I don't know. You watched Benny's video, right?
I haven't fixed it. Actually, that's what I'm from here. It was like half of it. So I already got to the part of the holy shit.
It's been a while since I've seen a Michael Haneke film, the early ones where he really wanted to just fuck you.
Yeah, I was thinking with a friend at the same time that I was watching it. We were saying, I'm watching this stupid show on Netflix, and I thought, watching Benny's videos. I cannot think Benny's video, I cannot think about anything right now. I'm sorry, I'm just too busy feeling much. I said, I don't know about having it. This is just a director that wants to reaffirm that humans are garbage.
It's true. I mean, both Lars Von Trier and Michael Haneke's hypothesis is correct.
That's true, yeah, but I think that is more, Lars Von Trier is a bit more softer on that. There is always some kind of, I don't know, like, I say, like a breeze of hope on it. Like a tiny, tiny bit of hope. For example, you can say that is a scene actually sacrificing a life, but it can actually see on from that point on. And in Breaking the Ways, I had a feeling that there is also a bit of that. That she has to sacrifice herself rather for just saving someone.
But don't you think that in those moments, just like Hanukkah in Funny Games, they constantly offer this glimmer of hope, and then Lars Von Trier rips it away from you?
Like, but I think the Lars Von Trier let you keep it. Hanukkah actually just puts on top of it. Is that he just presents it to you and then he puts on top.
Okay, so explain to me how your opinion fits in Nymphomaniac Part 2. When she is taken in by this kindly old stranger who then tries to rape her, she leaves, and then her best friend pisses on her. And the whole time you think she's in good hands because this old man is going to take care of her.
Well, I think there is a bit more. Okay, there is a bit of hope from the perspective she can actually is going to be like looking at her ways and she's going to be becoming a better human. Yeah, that's true. Maybe the ending actually doesn't have any kind of hope to it.
Nope.
Not the ending says much. An antichrist. Okay. But I think there is I think that at least they are never so blatant or so. I don't know, it's like, it almost feels like Hanukkah sees the line, okay, if I cross the line, I'm going to be like making you offended. Lars Von Trier just crosses it a bit and he dances around it, I'm going to make you feel a bit bad, but at the same time, making you like a bit of hope. There is this kind of give and take. But with Hanukkah, I feel like he sees the line, in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he crosses it, and then the rest of the time, he keeps like just moving away from the line. They just make you feel like worse and worse.
They're both emotionally abusive, but I feel like Hanukkah stays very fact, this is what happened, whereas Lars Von Trier swings the other way and all of a sudden the best friend appears and shits on her. Whereas Hanukkah would never do that because it's all very based in realism.
Sure, yeah, that's true. I think that the component for many of the roses is what he has with this world, really far away and about any other plot because the whole movie.
You can't think of any other Lars Von Trier?
They're actually describing that far. In this kind of a short way.
Yeah, Antichrist definitely goes there. Did you see the house that Jack built? I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
Apparently, so I watched it. I rented the director's cut from Amazon, but it can't possibly be what was shown at Cannes, because I didn't feel like it was that offensive, and I'm very sensitive to gore.
Yeah.
But it definitely went too far, I would say.
That's it. Okay, that's interesting. So, do you want to score it?
Yes, I do want to score it. Who has to go first? This was my pick, so you have to go.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to go with 8. I'm going to go with 8 from the perspective of I love how he treats all the influences really respectfully. He creates with plenty of different resources or something new. I don't think that it gets to an excellent point. Is that when I finish watching it, I think, okay, this is a 9 movie, and then it goes if you listen a bit more, it's no, it's good, but I don't think that it actually gets to something I'm going to be remembering 4 years from now to the detail. I'm going to be remembering some scenes pretty well, but I don't think that some of the resources that he uses are used in the smartest way possible.
Okay, I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay, well.
And the reason being is that I first watched this movie so many years ago, and it always stuck with me, always. And then it held up so many years later.
Oh, that's good. But you were no longer feeling impressed about it as much.
Well, that's because I've seen a lot more Paul Thomas Anderson movies, so I know what great cinema is.
Alright, that's a way of reading it. Alright, sure. So 8.5. So we had already selected what we're going to be just watching next week. That is going to be a Kinky Look movie. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring.
This is your pick, right?
That's my pick.
After I gave you Europa and Little Children, that's what
I'm giving you now, man. I'm sorry. Alright, well, that was it. Yeah.
Until next week.
Thank you so much.